Doesn't it feel like we're living in a world of sound bites and 3-second video views, and everyone's just trying to figure out what to focus on? We're not imagining this. It actually has a name. It's called the attention age. We are living in the first time in history where we have access to far more information than we have time to consume. And it's forcing us to ration what gets our attention. So your customers are going day to day, rationing what gets their attention, and then they make their purchasing decisions in a split second. So as business owners, did you show up in that minute, or that split second? And did you do everything in your power to earn their attention for the long term? Because what's happened is relationship building has become a very critical component of your business growth. And I am well aware that sounds very obvious, right? Of course, relationship building is the key to success. It's always been. But we need to have this conversation today because that same attention rationing that's having an impact on the customers is also impacting us as business owners. And it's leaving many of us too overwhelmed to maintain the relationship building efforts that ensure that success. And honestly, in today's world, there are too many people who just flat out avoid the fundamentals of relationship building, right? We see this in customer service all the time. I was having a conversation with an organization who trains and recruits customer service professionals, and they were sharing that they're having a terrible time finding talent because they'll get these young people in and they'll start training them, and then they start getting questions like, so how can I have that same conversation in text? Because that's how I like to talk to people, right? I mean, that is surface level relationship building. That's going nowhere. Warren Buffett once said, it takes 20 years to build a reputation and just 5 minutes to ruin it. And that's exactly how long your customers are going to stick around if they feel like they're just another number in your log, right? Customers are craving a better relationship with us in exchange for their loyalty. They are telling us how to earn and keep their business, and yet day after day, we see businesses having to close because they either aren't listening or they just can't adapt fast enough. All the customers are looking for is a more personal relationship. And we know research is telling us that every year, the average business is losing 20% of their customers simply by failing to connect. So every year, 20% of your customers gone because you didn't bother to build a relationship. And it's going to cost you 5 times more to get a new one. So how long can you really afford to avoid putting an emphasis on this relationship marketing stuff? Right? There are 3 things that every business should have in place today that will have a direct impact on your retention and your overall business growth. Number 1, your number 1 priority should be a referral program. Number 2, a welcome or some sort of unique close of sale process. And finally, number 3, a retention program.